Hey, good morning. It is Friday, and I am going to be taking a look at crude and Nasdaq before our GDP number that comes out at 7:30. Um, and take a look at the calendar right now, see if I can get this to work correctly this time. I have no idea why it was pushing these numbers the other day. Yes, it's working again. So here we have our GDP prints coming out flat. If we get a positive number over that print, then the market's going to take off and rally. If we get a negative number, the market is going to stall and fall back. Michigan sentiment's coming out also. FOMC members are speaking. Makes it difficult to trade when they start talking at 8:15 Central because anything can come out of their little mouths and the market will knee-jerk react off of it. So if you see some funny prints around 8:15 to 8:30, it's because somebody's saying something. Nasdaq really popped out of the range, 2-day range. We had our price range here yesterday that broke down below the range, and now we've rallied up and broke through the high of it. Beautiful reversal pattern. That's just gorgeous. So I would be looking for a touchback of this point of control and another bounce off of that to go back up, depending upon what the GDP number is. Here is going to provide another hiccup area when we get into this previous value high, low, and point of control. So we've got 2 days of range that we've broken through. Now we're in our bull flag on the Nasdaq. So wait for this to turn around and then rally back up, depending upon GDP. I think it's going to rally up on a flat or positive number. If we come in really, really low, then this market's going to tank and sell off hard. I just don't, I just can't imagine the GDP tanking at this point. The numbers have been flat to the upside. They haven't been dismal. So, but if we haven't been able to sell to the other markets, then it could be dismal. The crude market looks about the same. And do you remember my range box from the previous days where we were inside the range box waiting for a resolution, and then that resolution came to the downside? Well, the market has not followed through. It has done exactly what Nasdaq has done. It's rallied up overnight in Globex. We hit our previous pivot lows and this 50% Fibonacci area, and we pulled back. So we've tested that 3 times, and this is a third pullback, but we have upward momentum, and we've entered back into this long-standing range box. So I'm not so sure that this is not a market low, and this very well could be our pivot low for crude. If we get a good GDP print or a average GDP print, not a horrible GDP print, maybe I should say it like that. Anything short of horrible, I think we're going to get up in here and get back into this range. I'm just saying that because of this long-standing range box, and we've gone back inside this range again. So I would be more inclined to be looking for longs at this point, riding my momentum up. But with that said, We are on the high side of that momentum, okay? Which means, since we're on the high side of that momentum and we're at the 50% line and we're at previous pivots, if we get a bad GDP number and our pivot area here breaks, this pivot right here, 45, so 45 breaks, this thing is going to just crash. So that'll be a good trading opportunity. So there's opportunities around the market today, all depending upon what happens on that GDP print. Right now, the market is stalled, waiting for that. I would not try to position a trade. You never know what that number is going to be, and you can see that the market is just confused and waiting. There's no direction right now. So sit on your hands, get some breakfast, have some coffee, chat, and hop into the the Google Hangout with me this morning, and we'll watch that GDP print together. See you later.